just because I like this, you know, everybody can make toffee, but I thought, oh, this is just a little bit different. I like to use some products that maybe you didn't try before, you don't know what it is, so we're going to try it. And it's just basically, matzah is just crackers. They don't use any yeast, they don't use any, it's just flour and water. And there's you can buy some flavors, but this recipe just calls for the unsalted. We're going to start with a jelly roll pan and foil. Ooh, I got like a giant piece of foil. And this is just to kind of protect your pan a little bit, and also to make it a little bit easier for this to come out, because it does kind of soak up the, punch around here. It goes through the matzos. All right, we're going to start by heating up our butter. And we use a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, and some brown sugar, cup of brown sugar. I'll get that started. And this is kind of an easy thing. You don't have to have a candy thermometer with this. So that's kind of a fun thing. We're going to pop it in the oven for a little bit. That'll finish it off as far as the getting it to a higher temperature. You know, when you're making candy, it's like, what is it, soft cracked, hard cracked, soft ball, whatever that is. I think that when you're doing something like this, you really should use the butter rather than the margarine. A lot of times the margarine, depending on what brand you use, it has a lot of water in it. Since this is a candy product, it's really best to use the butter. Just eat less. So we're going to get this started. Put our brown sugar in there, and that's a cup of brown sugar, right? Yes. Okay. It's a cup packed. That's usually the way you always measure brown sugar, so a lot of times when I type up the recipe, I don't say that. Okay. We'll get that started while we put our matzos in here. And this particular product came in 2 little packages. One, and I opened the other one. And you're just going to put it in your pan. Yes, I think maybe we will. I think I said that in there. I didn't do that earlier, and it worked out fine, but we'll follow the directions. Okay, so now we'll put them in the pan. And it doesn't really have to be, I overlapped them a little bit. It said 3.5 sheets. Did I use 3.5? I don't know. Because you have to buy the whole box, so I think that's what the original recipe said, but if you need more, you need to use more. Okay, we're going to just melt this, kind of bring it to a boil. Can you see this, or do I need to move that? Can you see okay? All right. I think while we're waiting for this to boil, I think we'll just kind of we've got our oven on. These are some slivered almonds. I'm just going to put them in this pan, and we're going to stick them in the oven to toast them for a little bit. That's just to bring out the flavor. And you know, you do want to bring it to a boil. You want to boil it for 3 minutes. So, and while you're boiling it, and we will go ahead and set our timer. So we've got 3 minutes. So with using the microwave, I don't know, it would be too hard. You'd almost have to put it on, take it out, stir it, put it on, take it out, stir it. There are recipes for microwave nut brittle that are very good, and then it's more like you just put it in once and kind of leave it. Okay, all right. Wait for the beep. 10. There we go, 3 minutes. Now we're just going to carefully pour it on here. Spread it out. I like to have the matzo all covered. Now we're going to stick it in the oven. Oops. There's our toasted almonds. There is our toffee, which we'll take out. Nice and good and bubbly. Let's put it over here. Now, we're going to let that just cool for a minute. Let's get our chocolate chips here. It's about a cup, which is about half a bag of chips. Whoop. We're just going to sprinkle it on here. And we're going to use the heat of the brittle to melt our chocolate chips. No, they're just chocolate chips. If you prefer the milk chocolate, that's fine. And you can see from here, can you see the change in color of the chocolate chips, and they're getting shiny? Can you see that? And this saves a step. It saves you from having to clean up the measuring cup you melt this in. If you feel like you want to melt it in the microwave, that's fine, and pour it on here. But this is too easy. And then all you need to do is let this cool so that the chocolate hardens, and just break it into pieces. We're going to put some nuts on it. Our little toasted almonds. Okay, so we have our matzo toffee brittle. That's still a little bit warm.